Hello everyone, and welcome back to another G1 Transformers review. And as you can see, I'm doing another G1 Junior Target Master. Now, this is an Autobot, and his name is Scoop. Now, as with all of these Junior Target Masters, he came with two Target Master weapons. You've got, let me see, Tracer and holepunch are the two figures. Trying to find them, just having a look through a book of mine. I would say that Tracer is probably the blue one, but to be quite honest, I'm not 100% sure because they don't actually have it listed in the book in proper order. So if I'm wrong on that, it's the other way around. As you can see, you can mount them as with the other Junior Target Masters on the sides of the vehicle. You do also have the option of mounting them on almost like the bonnet, and of course you can double them up as with the other Target Master weapons to form a bigger gun, and that does work in that way. And there are even a couple of holes on the back of the digger, so you can mount them on the back as well, or facing out the back way, whatever you like. I'll show you the close-up of the figures. They all transform the same way, just folding the barrels around on a metal pin, and you get, if I can bring that in, I don't know if that's going to focus in, you get quite a detailed little figure. Probably more is going to show up in this one, the colours. Pretty good, not bad little figures at all really. No articulation, which is the real downside to them, but quite nicely detailed for their size. Getting to the main figure, the Scoop, I'll just move those out of the way. You've got pretty standard, cheaper made Transformer in the late 88 Series 5 of the Transformers. A pretty basic sort of digger. Quite nice sticker details. They're sort of like chromed, slightly chromed stickers on this one. They did pick out the odd detail. You've got a little bit of a chrome ring on the side of the wheels. They did that a lot on that sort of series. They did it with the Junior Headmasters as well, and even some of the bigger Headmasters, they put the odd little bit of chrome just to liven it up a bit. But other than that, it's a pretty basic toy. Not a lot really to go wrong with this figure, as most of the parts are actually solidly, almost like riveted on. It's only the odd screw here and there. The bucket of the digger does manipulate, so you can move it about, but that's pretty much it for his vehicle mode. To transform him, lift these side bits up out of the way, flip the back section of the digger over like so. You've then got to flip the front section down, which you end up with that, which you can see where we're going with that, with the feet at the bottom. You then need to flip the digger scoop up and over the back, and bring, at the same time, bring this section round, and you need to do that so that the wheels go past the bucket. And you can go the other way, so that the bucket tucks in around the back of the figure like so, and that brings effectively his arms there. Now you've got a small, if I bring that in, you've got a small peg there. You need to flick round with your nail, and that brings his fists round like so, and they don't hold anything, they're just literally just a moulding. I'll get to that in a second. And you just need to lift the bucket slightly and take the windscreen of the digger and fold that back and round to the back, and then just bring the bucket back round and over it. and that does his head reveal. I'll just lift the camera slightly, there we go, and I'll bring it in. There's a slight paint app there for a face, but not great, and the arms are pretty spindly little things. The body is quite a chunky lump of a chest, so they don't really extend much past it. And obviously, because like I say, his fists don't actually hold anything, when it comes to actually using these targetmaster weapons, they go back into the same holes as on the side of the digger, like so. So you can have his weapons almost a bit like the G1 Seeker jets, where they have their weapons on their arms, and you can hold them like that. And again, as I say, you can double them up. But yeah, that's G1 Scoop. I thought I'd do this review because it's the last of the Autobot Junior Target Masters, and I thought it sort of reminded me to finish them off where I saw Wolfgang One's review where he got trying to think what his Quick Mix, which was the other Target Master I'd done before, and he picked up after watching my review. So I'm glad if I've inspired somebody to pick up another Transformer, even if they are pretty basic. But he did get it for a good price, so I'm glad he managed to pick up something nice. Even if we freely admit that they are pretty poor by today's standards. I'll bring a figure in. It's a Cyberverse figure. I'll bring Sideways in, which is another Cyberverse I've got. To give you a size comparison, not a huge amount bigger. Probably getting on for about sort of like twice the height, maybe, bordering on that. And probably cost about the same back then, which would be the equivalent probably of buying a deluxe these days. So pretty basic and not a great deal to it, but all in all, it's it's what you'd expect from a G1 figure, and that's all you can really say about them. I'd have to say the Autobot ones are a bit poorer than the Decepticon ones. So I've got a Decepticon one which I'm going to do in the next review. Out of all of the 6 Junior Target Masters, I would say if you're going to collect any of them, go for the Decepticon ones first, and then pick up the Autobot ones. The Autobot ones tend to go for less money anyway. I think the Decepticon ones are that little bit dearer, but they've got that little bit more feature, and the actual alt modes are better. But on that note, I shall finish this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you again for another review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.